Hey there, it's John Wendler here. This is me here with Loved by God. Currently, we are working our way through the Bible. Today, we are going to be looking at Matthew chapter 13. All right, if it's all right with you, I'm just going to dive in. So in Matthew chapter 13, it says, "The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat. And the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spoke many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed some seeds, he fell by the wayside, and the fowls came up and devoured them. Some fell upon stony places, for they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among the thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100fold, some 60fold, and some 30fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear." Verse 10, Jesus starts explaining this to his disciples, what the whole purpose of this is, what it meant. And the disciples came and said unto him, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" He answered and said unto them, "Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever has, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever has not, from him shall be taken away even that he has. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which says, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and hear those things which you hear, and have not heard them." So verse 18, he talks about, and he says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and understands it not, then cometh the wicked one and catches away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside. But he who receives the seed into stony places, the same is he who hears the word, and anon with joy receives it. Yet he has not root in himself, but he endures for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also who received the seed among the thorns is he who hears the word. And the cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches, choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. But he who receives the seed into the good ground is he who hears the word and understands it, which also bears forth fruit, and brings forth some 100, some 60, and some 30. And another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? From whence then has it tares? He said unto them, An enemy has done this. And the servants said unto him, Will you then that we go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn. Now we come to the parable of the mustard seed. Verse 31 starts and says, Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds. But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. All right, so that is to verse 33. We are going to go ahead and continue the rest of this in another live. This is an exceptionally long chapter, and I want to try and get as many of the verses in the description as possible. Now, with that in mind, if you are new to this channel, just a little bit about it. It's called Loved by God. This is a place where we can come and we can worship God together, where we can be built up on his word and really just dive into what he says about who we are and what that can mean and affect on your life and on my life. So I pray if you've been enjoying this, that you would join me on further chapters as we continue to go in and just really dive into what God says about you and me. You are a blessing. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. God bless you. Bye.